Okay, so trying to find ways to find more affordable units on eBay. And sometimes what helps is if you try to put in different search terms, sometimes even wrong search terms, hoping to maybe find something out there that other people haven't found, and perhaps you might have a better luck getting it at a better price. So I was looking around on eBay, it may have been for a G3, so I stumbled upon a listing that said EliteDesk EliteDesk 850 G3 Mini. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know all the EliteDesk models. I know there's a 705, there's the 800, of course there's the ProDesk ones, and then there's something called the EliteBook 850 G3. That's a laptop or notebook. And then there's also a EliteDesk 805 G6 Mini. But this one was marked wrong. So I'm like, okay. And the other thing that intrigued me too was that it was marked as being parts only. And if you saw one of my original videos, my parts only one didn't go so well. So, but I'm curious on this one. I have a little better faith, but you never know. Let's see what do we get for our money. I got it very inexpensive. Did not come with a drive. Supposedly has an i5 6500T and I believe 8 gigs of memory. So I'm not sure. Couldn't see what was inside. Oh no, that's my other purchase. Yes, I could see what's inside. I believe there's one chip, but we'll check. So I just got it. I took off the mailing label, but the one thing that, let's see if we pull it out. And when I was moving it before, I don't know if that's so good, hearing stuff knocking around, but let's see what we've got in here. Oh, I don't want to deprive you of my reaction, so I can see a label, or this looks like it's the underside here. Okay. So I see Windows label. Okay. And it is in fact, or claims to be, let's see if we can see it there, an HP EliteDesk 800 G3 Mini 35 watt. Make sure that's in there. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't recall it looking like this on the front, but obviously we're missing the front. That's not such a great sign, but maybe the thing that's rattling inside is the front. Okay, let's see if we can see anything else on the back here. This one does claim that it's a 6500. Well, it'd be 6500T, right? That must have had a 500 gig hard drive at one point, 8 gig of memory. And we could, of course, look up this serial number and find out more. Okay, let's see. Turn it on the back. All right. Make sure we're in focus. Okay, on the back, we've got VGA, which is pretty standard as far as this is the Flex IO card, memory, 2 of the display ports. Notice does not have the Wi-Fi, which of course on many of my videos talk about gotta buy it with the Wi-Fi, but again, this is supposed to be for parts, and based on the price, it was actually cheaper than buying a cheaper or almost the same price as maybe buying a new 6500T. Oh, and I forgot the part here that says 4 parts. Okay, so here's the top. Let's take it off. Ooh, that's... I don't recall seeing that in the thing. That's not a good looking... okay, the thing that was rattling around... Oh, huh, interesting. It must be the... Is that the top? Yeah, I guess it's the top to the... I've never seen that come off like that. Interesting. Okay. We do have a drive cage. That's good. Looks in pretty good shape. We do have the SATA cable. That's something good. Let's see. Let's take off this. We've got one stick of... Looks like Kinks... Oh. Well, let's see. You can see in focus. It says 16 gig, but I think what that means, I'm assuming, is that it's part of a set. But I guess we'll see when we boot it up. That would be interesting to actually get a... I mean, that's a pretty good price. I mean, just this memory alone, just to get a 16 gig chip like that. Okay, we'll see if it works, and if we can check. I've got other units, of course, we can check that with. I'm not going to take off this yet till I see if it boots. We'll see how questionable this fan is. Interesting enough, this is actually in pretty good shape. The foam. And this looks okay on the other side. What? I don't know, is that a... Maybe glue holds that on? Something interesting. I'll have to look at my other one. I mean, if I could glue gun it somehow back, that's fine. Let's see. I don't believe we have anything under here, but let's check. Let me get my screwdriver. Okay, we'll take this off first. That was actually, I wouldn't call it tight, but enough to where this may have not been removed for a while, or at all, perhaps. Okay, let's see. It's like opening up the tomb, not knowing what you're going to find in there, or the vault, or whatever it is. So let's see. Okay. Oh, nothing there. Of course, no Wi-Fi card. That makes sense because there is no Wi-Fi antenna. I'm thinking of taking the Wi-Fi antenna from that old parts only, that it was a G2, and seeing if I could get it in here and perhaps see if I could retrofit and add Wi-Fi to this unit, assuming, of course, this guy works. Okay, so we know that's okay. Okay, well, take your bets on whether you think this thing is going to boot or not. I'm not going to worry about putting in any kind of drive. I just want to see if I can boot to the BIOS and see if it gives me more specs just to verify as far as the CPU, the memory, any other things that might be on the system. Probably, again, maybe update the BIOS itself, and then we can check some of this stuff out. I don't recall that faceplate missing, but I'm gonna look at the listing again and see. Okay, I'm giving it power. All right. Let's see. Okay, fan isn't on, so that means I have to turn it on. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Okay, let me. Well, I'm having trouble pushing the. So either the button to get it going is just messed up, in which case I got to figure out if there's a way that I can jumper something to get it started, or I've got to play with it a little more. Unless it's, well, no, I think if it had an issue with the fan, it would just complain when it started up. So we do have a light over here, so it's getting some sort of thing coming here. So we may just have a really strange power button. So I'm going to play a little bit more and see what we get. Well, bummer. I really wanted to use this guy for some other experimentation, but let's at least see what we've got under the hood and make sure that at least we've got see what the CPU looks like. It sure seems like something is dead. I don't know if it's the power button isn't quite right. If it's not, yeah, something is not quite right, but all is not lost. Let's see what we can get out of it. Okay, I've got a G4. Let's see. Oh shoot, it's a G4 that I got the, okay, I'll just put it off to the side. I'm going to take out one of these chips. These are 8 gig, and I'm going to stick in the one from the parts computer, and we'll boot this up and see what we get in the specs. Okay. All right, we're starting up. We don't have any kind of drive in here, so it should just go into the BIOS. Let's see. I'm going to hit the escape key just to make sure. I didn't check the speed on that memory to see what we're dealing with. Okay, come on. Oh, okay. Just took a long... Oh, memory size error. That's fine. Okay. I'm going to switch. Okay, let's see what we've got in terms of memory here. If everything's right, it should say 24. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, 24 gigs. So wow, that was a 16 gig chip. Not bad. I didn't check the speed on it though. We'll see what that looks like. So at least we know that works. That's good. All right, I'm going to turn this unit off and take the memory out. So at least, you know, something for my money here. Now we'll also check to see what the CPU looks like. Okay, well, let's see what we've got underneath here. Hopefully not something where, like my other video where someone totally thrashed the CPU. Now, it not starting up is kind of intriguing. It makes me wonder if it's something that could be experimented with, you know, Like, how can, you know, assuming that like the socket looks good and everything else, but the fact that we don't even get power, I just wonder if there is, I've seen on other videos where people are able to do some sort of I don't know, they short some jumpers, you know, that kind of thing in order to have it come up. Okay, let's see. All right, well, these pads look pretty good. And we've got our chip here. I'm going to clean it off and see if we can see what it is. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a 6500 i5 6500T. Okay, I think we have to turn it around here. Yep. i5 6500T. Okay, that's good. I'm not going to worry about, I mean, there's some paste on here. I'm not going to worry about the whole cleanup if the thing's not really working, but I am determined to see if I can get it to boot. Because again, I'd like to, you know, use it for other things if possible. Okay, let me put this back in. I'm going to try powering it up without anything connected to it. You know, none of the ports or anything else. Just curiosity to see if that helps any. No, that doesn't seem to be doing anything. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm going to unplug before I play around with anything here. I just noticed something. See this jumper here? It's just sitting here. And I looked on my other G3 and this is supposed to be on these guys here. This set right here. So I'm going to see if I can get something to pick that up and see if we can get that back on. Okay, I managed to get it on. It would be interesting. Let's see. All right. Nope, that wasn't it. I was hoping that would be the simple one. Let's see. Okay, well, we'll do a little research, see if there's a way to jumper the motherboard to start. Well, in desperation, I even took the outer or top of the case from my 65 watt and stuck it on there thinking, well, maybe then it would be able to, you know, touch the power button better, but that doesn't help either. So, interesting. Okay, we'll keep trying. Well, I think I'm just gonna give up. Maybe a future video if somebody in the comments has some ideas of other things to try, but I think we've got at least with the other parts one, at least it would try to boot, and the problem was of course that the socket was bad and everything else. This one, it's just who knows what could be going on. If it's just a matter of maybe if I take the whole motherboard out, I can kind of see what's going on underneath, see if there's something there. Yeah, I don't know if I would hope it's, you know, maybe just a bad power button, but that doesn't seem quite right. So anyway, I don't feel too bad. I've got 16 gig memory. I've got another chip. I've got another one of these so I can play with it and use it for things. I've got another SATA cable. So all in all, it's not so bad, but I think I learned my lessons when it says parts only, you know, and especially when it doesn't have the Wi-Fi and other kinds of things. So, you know, caveat emptor if you're contemplating those kinds of things yourself. So, okay. So one other thing I was able to do, I pulled the 6500T out of that unit, and I was able to put it into my 65 watt G2. Now that is going to be, in essence, act as a 35 watt because, of course, I've got a lower one. I mean, the internals, of course, still say that 65 watt, but you'll notice there you've got the 6500T. So again, not bad. Get some use out of it. I did even try taking the whole motherboard out and trying it. I think we just got obviously a dead motherboard. Something went kablooey. So we'll just keep the parts from it and use it for other things. I'm also debating whether to change out the caddy that's on my 65 watt G3 so that way I don't have to deal with all the little fan and everything else when I'm taking stuff in and out. That might make it a little easier. So there's a lot of nifty little things that we can go with that. Okay.